Really quick before we start this video, there's still time to enter the Summer Short Film Contest, and you can learn all about that in a different video that we made. It's in the description, it's in a card, it's where, and you can win cool stuff. Okay, now on to the show. Yeah. Way back in the year 2013, everybody and their mother sent me the Pixar theory on Facebook.
I'm sure they did.
Or in real life, some people printed it and handed it to me. No, that didn't happen. But Facebook was all about the Pixar theory, and I read the whole long thing, and I thought it was silly, and I tried to ignore everybody, but they wouldn't stop talking about it. There's entire channels now on YouTube dedicated to the Pixar theory, and among other things, but this ain't one of them. We're never going to talk about that. Well, we'll talk about it right now. But after that, never ever again. I made this timeline.
Helpful.
Right.
Visual guide.
A visual guide. Excuse the, it's not drawn to scale or painted. So here. This is John Negroni's Pixar theory.
So, we start way back here millions of years ago with the good dinosaur. Then you have a long period of time later, that's supposed to be Merida.
Merida. She doesn't have a sticker. Anyways,
poor Merida. So yeah, then Brave comes along and the world is introduced to magic through the witch from Brave. I don't know why it has to be that witch in particular, but whatever. Then way later, more into our century, you have The Incredibles, which is like in the 50s era.
That makes sense too.
So somehow superheroes are made.
They're mutants.
The official theory says that like the government figured out a way to.
His official theory?
Yeah, that somehow the government figured out how to take energy from humans and make them into superheroes. But then most of them
Why would they want to do that?
I don't know, but most of them died out, and what's left is like the AI that was used for the Omnidroid, and then through that system, by and large, somehow spawns from that.
Okay, so Syndrome he started this.
He started like the technological kind of breakthrough, which somehow starts B&L. And then you come into the 90s with Toy Story, and we see that, I guess, toys, or somehow, from the official theory, he says that this is all B&L doing this,
right, okay.
That they somehow have made toys like sentient, so that they can harness the like.
They're stealing human energy.
Yeah, like something like that, and it makes them adore their makers or humans, and I don't know, but toys are getting sentient basically. And then right around a little bit, around the same time period, we see the animals are still becoming smart. They can have like their own societies. Yeah, Dory knows how to read English and whatever. So, yeah, animals and toys are becoming more alive.
I'll take a short little break here to say you've said a couple times official, but this isn't official. This is just his theory. But so many people buy into it that it's pretty much official now.
Yeah, that's true.
And so he can just write whatever he wants, and everybody believes that it's what Pixar said. So, John, good for you. Anyways, moving on.
He wrote a book, guys.
An entire
he made this into
book.
He's making money off of this.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, and then after that, we have Inside Out, and there's no stickers for him.
No stickers.
And I don't know. Oh, basically, I think with Inside Out, we learn that the energy from humans or whatever comes through emotion. That's where all the power. Yeah. And then a long time later, B&L takes over the world. All their stuff, whatever. And so much so that the world is destroyed. And
WALL-E. You've seen WALL-E.
And then WALL-E happens. So all the humans are up in outer space, and the WALL-Es are cleaning it up.
Well, not yet, actually. They're up in space.
Oh, they're up in space? Oh, I got it.
And the WALL-Es begin cleaning.
They start to clean.
Yes.
And then somehow Cars happens. While the
robots, it's like the Cars is the technology is ruling the Earth while the humans are gone.
Yeah, it's basically like the cars come alive now in the same way that the toys did. It's like the cars are missing their humans and they become, and now they just
okay.
They just keep the world running the same way it was, the same way they knew it. That's why there's human-like things in the Cars world.
Cars 1, 2, 3. There's no sticker for Cars.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's like their most popular franchise, and there's no stickers.
Nope, no stickers. All right, and
then the robots finish. No, they don't finish. They never do.
WALL-E
happens. Okay.
And they come back. Humans come back.
Humans come back after WALL-E. And then A Bug's Life happens. Like, A Bug's Life really... apparently all because at the end credits, when it shows the tree coming out of the chute, it's
WALL-E, end credits of WALL-E.
End credits of WALL-E. Apparently that's the same tree as in A Bug's Life. Really? You're gonna do that? Okay.
Right. Sure. Sure, whatever.
So sure, there's A Bug's Life, and now the bugs are taking over because why not?
They didn't die during that WALL-E part. Where
right, as we see with the cockroach.
Cockroaches
gave birth to all the other bugs.
To all the other bugs, yes, because evolution. Okay.
And, and then way, way later, we have all the humans have just died out, I guess.
Or, no, they don't die. They evolve.
Oh, sure. They evolve. They kind of merge with the sentient animals that are becoming so smart.
There's some bestiality happening. and the humans, and they create monsters.
Yeah, mutants, whatever you want to call them. There's just monsters now. There's monsters. And
it's in the same world.
It's all in the same world. And what we learn is that they're running out of energy.
They also ran out of all the things that look like cars. All that stuff is gone.
So now they have to get energy, and they realize that the most powerful energy comes from humans through their emotions or whatever.
Not them. They're not human enough anymore.
I know. They're not human enough anymore.
Right.
So they use portals to travel, portals through doors to go back in time.
Ooh, can I have my marker? The monsters want that human energy from screams and stuff and junk, so they go back in time to the time where people are most afraid of stuff, I guess.
Well,
which is boom.
Yeah,
like the 90s, like when Toy Story and stuff was happening.
So they're time traveling. They're collecting screams from their past selves as children.
Right. They're great,
yeah,
non-nasty mutant bestiality human people. Yes. Us.
Yeah. Us. And anyway, and then years later, Boo loses contact with Sully, and as she grows up, she misses him so much she wants to see him again. And all she remembers from that young age was that somehow with doors there was a way to travel through portals and stuff. So she becomes the witch from Brave and learns magic and learns how to make these portals. And she tries desperately to find Sully by, I guess, time traveling or whatever she wants. So she time travels.
But she fails miserably, and she ends up being the witch in Brave. There you go.
Yeah, because in Brave, if you remember, there's Easter eggs of like a wooden carving of Sully in the witch's place and the Pizza Planet truck. The Pizza Planet truck. If you're gonna accept Easter eggs, now we get to really just like tear this whole thing apart, because that means you gotta accept every one of the Easter eggs. All right, so okay, we know the Pizza Planet truck, right? That's around in the time of Toy Story, in like the 90s or whatever you want to say.
That's when he's actually working. Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
is he
okay,
working
and we know that at some point, maybe either, I mean, it's got to be him that lives in the trailer that you see in Monsters Inc. and A Bug's Life. I mean, it's the same truck, so okay. Now, fine, even if I accept that Monsters, Inc. time travels and they go back in time to a place where the Pizza Planet truck is. And Finding Dory, we see it all the way at the bottom of the ocean, all nasty and algified, whatever. But, so I guess, and then way later, so here's the beginning of the WALL-E stuff, but the main movie's over here. So before the movie WALL-E, we have the Cars movies, so I guess he becomes alive and he gets out of the ocean, and I don't know, and he cleans himself off, and now he's just alive. And then we have the real movie WALL-E, where now we see like when Eve is scanning it and it's all nasty and old, and now you're trying to tell me that A Bug's Life comes after WALL-E, so they come back and the Earth was back to normal, and then in A Bug's Life we see the Pizza Planet truck at the he
goes and parks it back where they were over here.
Yeah. So some person like cleaned off the truck,
or I guess they just go back in time to here, where the people came back to Earth, huh? They don't come back to here, they come back to here.
For Monsters, Inc.?
Yeah.
Well, no. See, in the real Pixar theory, whatever, I think he tries to say that there's no more, that the humans aren't...
The humans are mostly gone. Here.
Something like that. I don't know, so...
So that whole thing of the truck and the Bug City is underneath the trailer. That doesn't fit at all.
That doesn't fit after WALL-E. I don't see how that fits at all.
This is the weirdest part. This and then this, obviously.
Yeah, A Bug's Life should just be happening around the same time as Toy Story. Like, not millions of years later or whatever.
If it's just fine over here.
Yeah. Because, I guess, is it really because the tree in the credits?
It's the tree.
That's stupid.
Time-traveling tree.
If you're going to use that tree, well, that tree is way more obviously shown in during When She Loved Me. That's the tree that Emily's playing on. So how can that tree be there and then it's gone and then it's back again? I mean, come on. Okay, and then what about Easter eggs like do you accept the ending of Cars, like the epilogue, I guess, when like they're at the Cars theater and they're watching scenes, Cars versions of scenes from the Pixar movies that they're supposed to take place in?
Right.
How can they have a scene of Mike and Sully fighting in the snowy?
The Cars version of it. Well, I mean,
if that didn't even happen yet.
Well, they remade it.
What do you mean they remade it? How do they know about the events of that? How do they know about the events of the Bug's Life? They know that's before A Bug's Life even happens.
It's a big coincidence.
It's just a coincidence. You just have to blindly accept that.
They made a movie that happened to happen later.
Now, one of the biggest things that
this theory hinges on.
that it hinges on. If you could take it apart, you can destroy the whole thing. Is that the monsters are time traveling back into the past? Now, come on, they're not time traveling. They're going straight into the door into our world. The whole thing of Monsters Inc. that's happening is that kids are not really getting scared anymore. There's like a dilemma
Screen
here.
shortage.
Yeah, so I don't get it. If you're time traveling, why can't you just keep going back to the same? Why? Yeah.
Why don't they just go scare the same kid?
Yeah. Why are you letting the kids get older?
Well, they can't. I mean, they can't run into themselves.
They can't run into themselves.
Maybe it's the time travel works kind of like deja vu. It's a window. It's a hole. It's a wormhole.
So they create a wormhole, and it's like constantly moving.
Yep.
They can't go back.
It's moving with them.
They're just moving parallel with it.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's that for that. I have my own theory, which you can watch maybe in a week or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right now, we're gonna talk about it right now. I'm gonna watch it.
We're gonna talk about it right now, and you can
watch it in the future.
Yeah.
Maybe you already have.